everyone to the live. We've got 3 people in so far. We're just waiting for a couple more people to join in. As you can see here, I'm with MS Aquascaping. Nice to have
Hey
you
guys,
on. Do you
finally
think?
yes, I get to see you and you can hear my voice now.
Yeah, after 6 months now since I
Yep,
started, yeah, you've been commenting and watching videos back and forth for each other, and it's nice to finally speak face to face. We've got Cred Boy in here, which is nice to see,
yep,
Stefan and Arnold
exactly.
as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, usually I go live. Everyone knows I go live on a Tuesday, but I've got a concert tomorrow. Um,
Oh, okay.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw you were saying that you're going to a concert in Manchester. What kind of concert is that?
uh, it's some guy called Nathaniel Rateliff in the Nightwets. I don't think anybody knows him. Not many people know him. He's like a very niche kind of band, like singer. So it's gonna
So
be
it's
good
like a
to go
local
there.
band.
Liverpool band? No, no, no. Arnold to be happy that you're a fan of Arsenal though.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Anu, come on,
Uh,
you Gunners.
oh my god, I'm gonna keep the fan on. I thought that I could go fine without the laugh. In the background at the minute, I've got a fan on the aquarium. It's
Mm.
a little spoiler for product review coming up. It's a Hygge fan.
Oh,
So it's keeping the temperature down on the aquarium because when it gets too warm here, we have to put like ice bottles in and stuff like that. Do you have to use heaters where you live?
no, I don't need heaters because it's summer all year round.
So you're lucky, yeah. You're used
Yeah,
to the
that's
hot
right.
weather.
Sorry.
You're very used to the hot weather.
Yeah, but I would appreciate that it gets cold once in a while, but it doesn't.
Have you ever been over here before?
Yeah, I've been to London like twice, and twice I've been there to watch the Arsenal games. I don't know whether
Ah,
I bumped into Arnold, but yeah, I was there.
Arnold's going to be very happy that that was one of your objectives when you were traveling over here. But I've got like a couple list of things here to like get into first, and then we'll ease on to
Mm.
asking questions and having a good conversation and stuff. So little intro for everyone that has just joined or is about to join on the live when it's re-uploaded. This is just me and MS. We're just having a conversation, fish talk, but also asking each other questions. It's his first appearance on a live too. Not your first collab. I've seen that you've recently done a collaboration as well with FM. I watched
Yeah,
both. It seems everyone's leaning towards your scape rather than his.
yeah,
I don't.
exactly. So I did a collab with another YouTuber. So his
Mhm.
name is FM Aquascapes. So the initial plan was that we publish our contents next weekend. I mean this coming weekend, but I think because he wanted to like space out all the other contents, and my thing was already prepared for for publishing, right?
Yeah,
So we agreed that okay, we should just publish it last weekend. So
yeah,
it would have been our first together, but apparently, so yeah, you get on one.
yeah. I think if I'm right in saying as well, AV had a collab with him, and I think he
Yeah,
still does. He still does have one, but he's going through like a lot of personal stuff at the moment. He's obviously got a baby on the way. If you know. Obviously, you've been watching me and him
yeah,
uh,
yeah, of
since like
course.
months ago, so you're a bit
Yeah.
more clued up than most people in here. Nice to see Marie. Nice to see Mandy and
Hey,
Arnold in here
Marie,
as well.
Raisin,
All,
Ginger.
all the familiar pieces. You're finally able to see MS talk. What's your actual name, by the way, so I can speak to you by your name if that's okay.
Okay, so the initial MS is actually my name. So my name
Oh,
is Muhammad Shukri.
would you rather MS then? Because my accent.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly. So
MS it is. MS it is.
yeah,
I was like,
you
I'll
should get
try.
that.
No. But
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, AVE's got a collab coming out, and then he's got something else. He was originally doing fish keeping stuff. Now he's branching off into reptiles and lizards and
Yeah, I
so on.
saw some frogs
Frog
in his, I
spiders,
think,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He's the definition of wanting to do a bit of everything. So good luck to him anyway, and hopefully the baby comes well as well. Obviously, he's had some stress about that too, but he'll have his collab
yeah,
out soon. So if you haven't already, mods, if you can, drop the link to his channel, and also if you could as well, drop the link to MS's channel, his Scape Off with FM. So drop all links to everyone's channels in the chat. That'd be really handy. If everyone
yeah,
could
thank you
please
guys.
as well, if you could let me know if the fan's too loud. If it's quiet and it's okay, let me know. If it's too loud, I'll just start sweating and turn it off. It's fine.
I have the AC on actually.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Does it get really humid then? We're having fish tanks in like a hot country, then all the water around in the room.
I only have the AC on right now for the live because obviously for it's
Equipment,
just
yeah.
humid over here, yeah. But
Yeah, yeah.
on normal days, or probably every day, the tank doesn't have to be on chillers. I don't need a chiller for the tanks over here. So it's like normal room temperature around 28, 29 for the tanks over here.
Yeah, yeah. Can't hear it. So you can hear me. Marie
I
can't
can
hear
hear
me.
you.
Oh, she can't hear the fan. Okay, that's good. I thought.
Ah, okay.
Speak of the devil, we've just been speaking about your FM.
Hey, FM.
We've been everyone's been putting the links to your escape off and MS escape off as well. I was just talking about that as one of the topics. I was also just talking about Aaron, AV Scapes, your escape off with him when that does eventually come out in the future. But yeah, nice to see Johnny in here as well. Got a lot of familiar faces in so far, just a couple people, but I'm sure he'll pick up soon. Um, MS, there you go. See, but yeah, as I was just saying anyway, after our little intro anyway, I was just about to say to everyone, thank you so much. We've reached 1,100 subscribers now, so we've
Yeah,
reached
I'm
another
so happy
landmark.
for you.
It's crazy because you've seen from the beginning, haven't you? Out of everyone in here, I think you've known my channel before a lot of people, and early days when I used to do a lot of these vertical lives too. So it used to just be myself and sometimes Aaron AV just goofing around and speaking nonsense.
No, I still
Um,
remember you went live and you were eating chips. Remember that?
yeah, yeah, I was eating I was eating food, yeah, salt and pepper chips. I was eating because back in the day it was a lot more relaxed. There wasn't so many people watching. It was just like me chilling, having a conversation. Now there's so many people watching. It's crazy how quick times flew by and how quick the channel's grown. I've just seen average guy.
Thank
I
you,
can't fit a
FM.
band around when I am cooked. Okie dokes. Kudos to MS. He made a lovely scape. I think he deserved the win off the scape off. In my opinion as well, I think you won. Of course, though, FM, your tank in itself was a nice setup. But I think like you're obviously a lot more traditional to the aquascaping side of things and stuff like that. Where FM, I'm not too clued up at your channel. Obviously, I've popped in and out from here and then. But yeah, I think like one of the questions I was gonna get onto anyway is like how did you get into aquascaping? So I know in like Asia, like fish keeping and like fish related aquascaping and stuff like that is like a lot bigger than it is like in the UK or
Yes.
the US. How did like you get into aquascaping and how did like you learn to and stuff like that?
Well, when I was still a small kid, my dad introduced me to fish keeping.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought a small bowl,
Yeah.
not as small as yours, but slightly bigger, where he kept Oscars inside. So I
Wow.
was like, yeah. So I was looking at him, keeping all these fishes. He has these black Oscars and white Oscars. So it's
Yeah.
like he will feed live frogs inside. We just throw some small cockroaches or crickets inside. So I was like intrigued. But then apparently he stopped the hobby and he went into arowanas. So
Oh. Yeah,
So in Singapore, so apparently arowanas are big, especially for the Chinese community over here, because they see them as a lucky fish that brings them luck.
yeah,
So apparently he bought two arowanas when they were just this size, and one
hmm
cost around $500. So he bought
yeah.
two,
Wow.
and they were
So
all microchipped.
wow. So
Yeah,
if anyone
exactly.
stole them, you'd be able to find the fit. Wow.
No, 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 not because of if anybody steals them, but more like if you want to sell them for a certain value, and it comes with a microchip and certificate as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
So
in basically in Asia, fish keeping is really big. It's a really
mm,
big thing over here, especially around amongst the Chinese community.
yeah. So like when you watch like the shop tours that I do or anyone in the UK do, you go, oh, that's nothing compared to like if you were to walk around, you go, oh, that's like I don't know, just one tiny little like shed compared to like some of the places. I've seen videos like there's so many tanks, there's so many fit. I think somebody told me in Asia. Am I right in saying that there will be a row of like 20 different shops and each shop will only sell one type of fish?
I'm not sure where that is, but in Singapore, there are like rows of shops
Hmm.
in how to say because in Singapore we stay in apartment blocks. So on at the void deck or on the first ground floor will be shop houses. So
Yeah.
there's this one particular place somewhere close to my place, like around 15 minutes away. There's rows of shops all selling fishes and shrimps. So you can see like almost the same things from shop to shop.
Yeah.
And how do I say? It's just amazing that there's always people from different age categories, from kids all the way to old folks, elderly folks. They still do this as their hobby, as well
Oh,
as myself.
wow. So like it isn't like over here when you tell people that you're into fish keeping, you get a little weird look. People like, like, but it's like a lot more of a normalized thing.
Yes, it is. No, and one thing that I noticed from the shop tours you do over there is that the prices of the fishes over there are much more expensive. It's really crazy prices I see from the shop
Yeah,
tours over there.
yeah. I mean, I think I remember telling you it's nice to see Melvin here in here. By the way, is
Hey,
that a
bye.
grey hair? I see it. Adam must be stressed. You Liverpool fans go for it. There is plenty of grey hairs actually, Arnold. If you want to see. But at least I've got a good set of hair anyway. I'd rather be grey than than bald.
Yeah, your
Um,
hairline is good.
but yeah, a good hairline. But yeah, like you were saying, the prices of fish in the UK, it is expensive. But when we were speaking, I think you remember back in the day when I was on the live with AB, it was like £12, 12.50 in neon tetra.
Yeah,
In
yeah, it's
Canada
crazy.
is crazy for neon tetra. Neon tetras are like the price of what you pay for like a dwarf cichlid here, like a pair of them. Never mind, like just one little fish. What
Yeah,
would you
if you
say?
come
Like,
over to Singapore, the prices for like a neon tetra, it can cost you like $150 each. So the difference is really big over there.
so, like, would you say it's a lot cheaper to? I think it's Alberta. I think it was in Canada, Stefan. But yeah, I think what was I going to say? So, like, how expensive would it cost? Like, how much would it cost you to set up just like, say, a tank like this behind me? Like, how much would it cost you to set up? You know, the rocks, the plants. Like, how much would you budget yourself with a tank like that, not including fish?
I think for the tank right behind you, probably around $350. That's probably like 200 pounds, I guess.
Yeah, that's about right then. So, like, equipment and like tank costs is like same price, but when it comes to livestock, it's way cheaper.
Yes, it's way cheaper for the livestock compared to what you have to pay over there.
Yeah, I think like Nice to see Dylan in here. Shout out to DJ A as well. I've just paid a visit to Dylan. If you don't know, he's a breeder in the UK, so he breeds like many types of rare fish. He also is trying to breed zebra plecos and stuff like that. Um, that's actually a question, real quick, whilst he's in the chat. Um, how much is the zebra pleco if you were to try and buy one where you are?
Um, okay, so I'm not into plecos because when I was a kid, I used to buy pleco, but apparently I just don't see the hype. I just know that they're okay over here. What we call plecos sucker fish
Yeah,
because they look like they're always sucking, right? So we
yeah,
call them sucker fish, and then it's not. I'm not into plecos, but I have kept one when I was growing up. But I just lost the interest in plecos. But apparently, it's kind of big for you guys to own plecos over there. So I don't
yeah.
really keep track of how much pleco costs over here.
It's like having a watch and like it's a Rolex. Like when you get an expensive Pleco, it's like having a Rolex in like the fish keeping
Ah,
world
really?
over here. So it's like, when people look at your tank, you go, "Oh, what fish?" You go, "Oh, this is my prized fish." Like an arowana, you've got a pleco. Like
Yes, yes.
even though our plecos like this big and they're not huge, I mean, you can get bigger ones. Like one this big can cost like a couple £100. It's funny, the prices again, but as you were
Mm.
saying, that there's a lot of fish that are labeled like sucker fish. Over here, but they tend to not label them as L numbers. It gets complicated with too many plecos and stuff like that. But I was gonna say anyway. So since like you've been like in YouTube, like what motivated you or inspired you to like create content then, like YouTube content, aquascaping content then? Because I know you said that you've been in the hobby since we were young. With Oscars in a bowl, obviously you wouldn't do that now, but like from like Oscars in a bowl to like aquascaping, like what was it that made you go, okay, I'm gonna make YouTube videos on this?
Actually, 2 years ago, back in 2022, I
Hmm.
was just browsing through YouTube and then I stumbled upon this YouTube channel called MD Fish Tanks, which I know most of us are familiar with.
Hmm.
So I was looking at one of his scapes. He was doing a nano tank. So I realized that there are shops nearby, aquarium shops. I've been, like just passing by the shops and then why not? I'll just give it a go.
Yeah.
So I skipped a nano tank. I did a recording, but I never had the opportunity to publish it. Back then, I think because it failed initially. So apparently, from there, I picked up the hobby and then watch more of the YouTube videos from MD Fish Tanks and other channels. And then from there, the interest just grew and learning how to do aquascaping properly and
Yeah.
how do you have to cycle the tank. And of course, stumbling into your channel as well.
Yeah. how
Yeah,
how
yeah.
did you
So
how did you find my channel before you carry on? Sorry.
I think one of your earliest video, the one where you are talking about your early day tank, and
Yeah,
then where you had to redo the tank, right? Yeah. So it wasn't this tank. It was something with a
yeah.
curl
The
front.
the the fluval flex. Yeah. See
Yeah,
you
yeah,
later,
that's
vibes.
the one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what
So
what was it? The one with the was it the one with this fish as the thumbnail, or was it another one like an update or something like that?
I cannot remember exactly which one, but definitely the fluval tank
Yeah,
you're
the
talking
fluval
about.
flex.
That's
So
the
that again,
yeah.
that's how you know, because it's funny, because quite a lot of people in here, like they only now know me for having this tank in the background, which is weird because I've only had this a couple months, and I had that tank for like
7 years or something.
4 or 5
Wow.
years. I had it, yeah, and I kept rescaping it. I kept changing things. I kept adding things to it and changing the fish rescape. Like I had that one tank for so long, and then I went to this, and I've been happy with it ever since.
No, another
Um,
thing is that because I can definitely see that logo right behind you above the tank and see you're a scouser. So why not I just follow this guy?
yeah, yeah. So you like Scousers?
Not exactly. I'm more to the Gunners.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But you thought, oh, have a bit of football banter, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So that picked up the interest in following you, lah, and you also do the live streams, which is quite engaging. I would say.
Yeah, it's funny because I never originally wanted to do like live streams. I thought, I just want to stick to the videos. I don't want to make TikToks. I don't want to make Instagram Reels or anything like that. I just wanted to make just videos, and then I quickly realized, in this day and age with people who haven't got like a longer attention span, you can't like stick and sit there for long. Like some people will, there is dedicated audience to that, but to get them people in, you've got to do the short stuff or the lives first, bring all the new people in, and then you've got, the videos, etc. So I think if you might remember, do you remember LH or LW Aquatics, Lewis, the guy who had the monster fish?
Oh, I cannot remember this.
No, no,
Which monster fish is this?
there was a guy called Lewis. Shout out to him. LW Aquatics or LH Aquatics now. Um, he invited me onto a live. Like he messaged me and said, "Hey, do you want to do a live or something like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I hopped on his live. It was something similar to this, and he had like monster, like a big giant tank of like Oscars, giant pleco, all these huge fish, and like we were just talking and after doing that, I thought, oh, well, I'll do a live then. And I started doing lives more and more. And then probably you found me and other people found me and all the other people in here now. And yeah, it's just gone on like live shorts, videos. I really enjoy the videos the most because, like, I think you can imagine as well, you put a lot of effort, you edit, you like watching like a longer video, something that you put effort into, it takes time, it's a project. But when you're doing like shorts, it's just like just record the tank, throw it on YouTube, or like you take a clip from your video and you put it on YouTube. But then like it gets so many views compared to the actual video, it's weird. Um, but yeah, it's shorts, videos, lives, and then so on. But I've stopped talking about me anyway. Carry on with yourself. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. But I do realize that you do your daily shots compared to myself because uh, I don't know whether I think that I don't lean towards doing shorts because I would like to present my channel as a video where people can enjoy how I aquascape a nano tank.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for myself, right now I have a few tanks, and I'm trying to like grow more tanks, and at the same time, growing more tanks is trying to escape different type of styles
Yeah,
of aquascaping that's available that online that I can look out. Like the recent Iwagumi I did, which failed miserably.
yeah,
So apparently, if you guys follow the video, I planted seeds which I bought online, and that when I bought online, it says that it's a carpeting plant, but apparently it's not. It's a stem plant, so
yeah,
it's a failure. But I'm thinking of just planting back some dwarf hairgrass or something like that, or Monte Carlos. But there are a few more like scapes that I can still try, and I did a poll recently on either doing a Dutch style or
hmm,
shallow tank. So apparently the votes are leaning toward the shallow tank. And if you see the white light right over here,
yeah, yeah,
that's where
yeah.
the shallow tank is at. Yeah. So I'm cycling the tank right now. So the
Video
video will
soon.
be
Yeah,
out in a few weeks time.
yeah. Oh, look who's in the chat.
AV,
We've
what's
just
up,
been
my man?
we've just been talking about you, Aaron. Talking about your collab with FM. Talking about how MS here was watching our content, like when we first started our channels and making videos and our collab, the shrimp bowl and stuff like that. And now here I am with the MS on a live. it was just saying like best of luck as well with the birth of your child, all the best, mate, as well. But it's crazy to see Aaron in here. Obviously three different time zones, by the way, because obviously it's early hours for you. It's very early in the day for Aaron, and then it's like
Mhm.
not late at night, but it's nighttime for myself. So it's it's crazy to see how time's gone on, and it's full circle now.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. So when I see the collab you did with Avi, that was really comical, which I enjoyed it a lot. I think I viewed your video collab with him like twice or three times. It was
Oh,
just hilarious.
you
I
enjoyed
enjoyed
it,
it.
yeah, yeah. See, my one was a bit more serious. His was a lot more like relaxed. Obviously,
Yes,
since then I've changed how my videos were a lot more serious. Early on, it was a lot more just like straight to the point. But now like I involve myself a lot more. I get a bit more like with the camera, speaking to the camera, like making it a bit more like one to one, relatable, personable. Um, and I think that's what I enjoy more when it comes to the content creation. Although like your videos I really enjoy because sometimes, as you were saying, people like to just click on a video and just enjoy like aquascaping in itself. And I think like I'm not sure if you know this channel, like Flew the Flower Horn.
Ah, yes, yes. I have
Yeah,
seen his video. Yeah.
he does like a setup that's like just music, and it shows like little like he doesn't talk ever. It's just like little text bubbles next to the fish, or
Yes,
like
yes.
just gentle music, like videos like that. I really enjoy as well and appreciate. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. I seen it. Yeah, man, appreciate the shouts and look, no worries. Um,
Yeah, so basically, like for my channel, if you guys follow me, I don't really talk in my videos. So apparently, I don't find that my voice sounds pleasant. I think I just let the captions do the work for me. And I know that if you have to record your voice in your videos, it will be more work to be done.
So just seeing a Scoutscaper as well. I think it's up to you. Like if you're comfortable um, with if you're comfortable with having yourself on camera and like your fat. I think it's getting used to looking down the lens first of all. Because if you remember early on when I was doing my videos, I was looking like to the side. I was looking at the
Yes.
screen, so it just looked weird. I was like looking here and talking, and like you can't really see that I'm actually speaking to anyone. Nice to see Mike in here, or Mick, sorry, Scoutscaper. Um, but yeah, it's one of them things you have to get used to it, and then obviously you have to get used to talking and doing takes, and it takes longer, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
Doing that, it's whatever you're comfortable with at the end of the day, and if you enjoy just making videos as what they are, they're good enough as it is anyway. They do very good view wise anyway. I think like the very professional like editing aquascaping videos, I enjoy them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think my videos are more a little more okay. So my background is that I used to be a wedding photographer. So
Ah,
I lean towards more of photojournalistic kind of stories. So that's how I do my videos for the aquascaping also. So it's like from the beginning to the end. I think it's basically what people like to do the before uh escaping and after. So I think that's how I produce the videos lah.
yeah. So I really enjoy that side, and it's like a bit of like a cinematic experience, almost like it's something that you can put on and like relax and sit there watching. I mean, it's kind of the same with MD. His videos are like quite long as well, so I just put it on whilst I'm in bed, and I'll fall asleep, and I'll wake up, and I'll end up in. I think there was one video. I don't remember the name of the video. It's like this fish channel, and people who weren't watching fish videos, they'd all gone asleep, and they were all putting comments saying, "Who woke up to this video playing in the background?" It was like this 3 hour like weird fish video. Um,
Right, right.
but yeah, it was it's funny. He inspired me, and the likes of Fish Shop Matt as well. Obviously, you've seen I've been speaking back and forth with him, which is
Yes,
very
yes.
weird and surreal as well, because it it wasn't so long ago that I was sat there watching his videos. I think the same with yourself, and now as even seeing as well with yourself, you've been speaking to Fish for Four too.
Yeah, yeah. So apparently, Chris from Fish for Thoughts, he sent me an email. So asking whether I would like to do a collab with him. So he's coming up with this new kind of episodes where a fish keeper, like he was saying that he would like to approach all these small fish keepers from YouTube and then share how they actually do the tank setups. Maybe just show a fish room tour of whatever tanks that you have. So this is in his pipeline. So I'm still in contact with him, and at the moment he's still gathering like a few more other YouTubers to get involved.
Mhm.
And he said that this will probably be ready like in a few months time down the road before he can actually release all these episodes. So I'm pretty privileged to be approached by him, but initially I never knew who he was.
Did you not know?
No, never.
Wow, because I've been like I I've been keeping fish like almost 6 years now. So a lot of my education in the hobby has been through obviously what people have said to myself in the shops or whatever, or the YouTubers I've watched like Aquarium Co-op, Fish for Thought, KG Tropicals, King of DIY, all them, the MD Fish Tanks, Fish Shop Mart, MJ Aquascaping,
Yeah.
so many of them people, and I've been watching them for years, and that it's crazy because as I said, like obviously you don't have any clue, but to me that's like massive, and I think as well, that's like a really good thing. As Mick is saying, the Scoutscaper, he's a really nice guy that he's doing stuff like this. It's good for his channel because like he's got a new form of content. It's like a new series. It's going to probably do really well for views. But what's going to be really good too is that for the likes of yourself or a Green Aqua, sorry, there's so many people. Aqua Pros as well. There's so many names I can't list them all. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, but my favorite is Adam Seven Fish Tanks.
that's the right one to say. That's the right answer.
Hey, you know something? I was hoping to receive a sticker from yourself.
I'll try and sort something because I ran out. I did have like a couple sheets, but I'll see how what the postage is like to Singapore, and I'll try and get some stickers over to you.
Yeah, yeah, that would be grateful.
Because I've got them up there, and obviously there's a good few people in here that want stickers too. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about you all. I just need to get some more made, and then I need to figure out what the postage is. It should only be cheap to send like a sticker to someone anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess so.
but I'll get you a sticker, and then you can put a post up with my sticker somewhere in your fish room. I did
Yeah,
put one in
definitely.
Amsterdam, and
Yeah,
someone
I
actually got
saw.
in contact. Someone got in contact with me and told me that they found a sticker in outside the train station.
Ah, okay, right. Yeah, I saw you pasted it on. Is it a lamppost or something?
Yeah, yeah. So I thought I'll put it there as an experiment, see if anyone will be able to find it, and someone did, which is cool. AV wants one as well. You'll get one. Actually, you'll get one when you come over to UK because you're meant to be coming over soon. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on in your life at the moment, but when you're next over, you'll get one. Marie, you can get one too. I'm sure. Mick Scoutscaper, you'll get one, lad. I've got a collab coming up with him not in the near future. It isn't all planned out yet, but when it's all sorted. Oh, nice to see Gordon here as well. All the familiar faces. Um, but yeah,
It really is.
And make sure to get all the stickers out. If everyone as well also presses them three little dots there, press the like button, share the live. Also make sure to subscribe to MS2. Um, get all these
Yeah.
things going. It'd be great for everyone in here. But yeah, so I was gonna ask some questions anyway. I've got not many topics written down. I know that you're also limited on time too. It is very late for yourself. I know that you say you haven't got a lot of time. Nice to see Martin in here, Mr. G. But yeah, I was gonna let you talk about some different topics. So you were saying obviously that with the scape that you were looking for carpeting plants and stuff like that. Um, I think like a good carpeting plant, an easy one even, is just crips. Like I've done there. It's just the absolute wall of crips. Obviously there's Monte Carlo. I think you have used that, or
Yes.
you've seen me and AV use that in the bowl. It's still growing perfectly fine, by the way, which is crazy. Um, Monte Carlo's a good one. Hairgrass is a good one. Cryptocorn, and then I think S. repens is a good one too.
My favorite will be the dwarf hairgrass. I think that's the easiest one to grow.
Just trim it like you're trimming the lawn.
Yeah, yeah.
Glosso Glosso is your go-to. Yeah, Glosso Stigma is a good one too.
So if you catch the collab I did with FM, so
Hmm.
I bought this cryptocorin flamingo. That was really nice. It's really nice. So it's pinkish in color.
Yeah, I've got some just there, but it's I love Crypt Flamingo. It's very different. You don't get much pink in the aquarium, and I think the only type of pinks that you get to see is stem plants or tiger lotus or nymphea, something like that. But I was gonna ask you anyway, what is like the most difficult plant that you've kept?
The most difficult plant. Okay, to be honest, Monte Carlos. Number one,
Oh,
when you start skipping Monte Carlos. So the thing is that I've had this problem with Monte Carlos. Why? Because when I do skate with Monte Carlos and I fill up the tank with water, it just floats up. You know. So I'm doing the shallow tank with a few plants, which is the dwarf hairgrass, Monte Carlo, and I think it's Helianthum. I cannot remember the full name, but yeah,
yeah, I
it's like
think I
a
know.
very long, yeah, long
Yeah, yeah.
grass. I think. Yeah, I'm looking forward to how it carpets nicely on the aqua soil.
Do you use any CO2 at all?
I intend to get the CO2 for the shallow tank. But right now I'm still sorting out the CO2 because what is it? I just recently bought a CO2 cylinder because I have
Yeah,
always been using the DIY CO2, right? So for the shallow tank, I'll be using the CO2 cylinder. So
I've
probably
just
tomorrow or few days to come, I'll inject the CO2 there.
CO2's really good. I found that the issue is I had like a cheap one on the old setup, and if you don't have it running consistently, like a high, like a good quality one, when you've got the
Mhm.
cheaper ones, it's good if you're just setting up the tank and you want to kickstart it. But if it's
Right.
on off, it's like too inconsistent. I find that you get algae issues or like problems with the water quality, something like that. It's up and down a bit too much. Like on this tank, there's no CO2 involved. It's just liquid carbon, root tabs, the aqua soil underneath the sand, and just liquid ferts. Yeah, basically just the simple stuff.
Mm.
I'd like to get into CO2. I think maybe when I get my own fish room, like I'd maybe set up like a high tech showpiece tank. But the type of tanks that I like setting up anyway, I do really appreciate the aquascaping side with yourself. Obviously, I really enjoy them type of tanks, and the same with the Scoutscaper here. He really appreciates them tanks. But when I send him videos of my tanks or videos, he goes, "Oh, it's too chaotic for me." When he looks at my tank because there's so many fish going around. But like that's what I enjoy. I like having like a big piece of wood or rocks or loads of plants, and then like you see fish swimming in and out or hiding and stuff. Like I like setting up and like a half aquascape, a half natural one where like the fish are able to be like comfortable and have a nice environment, but also like have something that obviously I try to go with the diagonal approach. I think George Farmer speaks about the
Mm-hmm.
diagonal, like triangular, like composition
Yes.
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I tried to aim for with this. So I didn't put many rocks. I put all the hardscape, so it's like kind of in a triangle composition. That's all in the corner too. Shout out to Scoutscape as well. He used to tell me I've everything in one corner. It allows more to be told, kind of thing. So that's how I see things. But I do appreciate aquascaping as a whole. Like, who would you say your like inspiration for aquascaping would be? Like, who inspires you with your scapes? Like, when you look up online, you're thinking of like a new scape, or like before you even got into it, who were you watching or looking up?
There are a few channels that I follow. So, like the first one that I follow when I started the hobby is MD Fish Tanks, and then I saw another one, MJ Aquascaping,
Yeah,
the Dutch guy. He's really good. I hats off to him. He's doing really well with his videos. I
he's
love it.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yourself?
I'm not a huge aquascaper. You know what? I'd love to set up a lot more tanks. I've done a couple like you've seen if you look at my scapes, it's weird. I don't know if you can compare them to you can maybe compare how I set them up, like the the soil underneath and stuff like that, similar to MD or Fish Up Map. But then when it comes to the actual like setup, I don't think it's too similar to like how like especially this. I don't think it's like too similar to what other people kind of do. I have my own kind of take, but I do take pieces here and there. I enjoy like so many different ideas and like to combine it. But when I scape, I don't really have an idea in my head. With this, this was the only one where I thought I think he even spoke about it in lives. I wanted something to look like roots, like tree roots, like a big piece of wood with like the roots coming down, a couple of rocks, and the plants all around. That's kind of what I was going for. But I like to call this type of scape natural fish tank.
Yes, exactly. I was thinking the same. Yours look really like what you see in the natural habitat.
Yeah, I enjoy making it like it's a playground for fish. Like I like sitting back and watching. Like right now, I'm looking in. I'll show you. I like looking into the tank because this is what you see from like the perspective. Obviously, you see I've added these now. Oh, and
Yep.
there's the fan from Higer that I was telling you about as well. But
Mm-hmm.
there's been a big trim up. I've moved some of the twigs earlier today, so I put in the Discord. That used to be there. A lot of these crypts were clumped up. I've spread them out now. Obviously, it's just an army of cryptocorn in the front, and then you got the stem plants. There is a sword. I've trimmed that. There's been basically I'm dealing with BBA, Blackbeard algae. So trimming a lot of the plants at the minute, trying to get rid of the dead leaves, trying to make sure I'm staying on top of it. But the difference between having like a CO2 setup and a non is that obviously low light. I'm trying to reduce the light to stop the BBA, but as a result, the leaves on the bottom of the stem plants aren't bushy. It's just like a twig, and then at the top, it's got the leaves. This Nymphea or the red tiger lotus. It's got many different names. That isn't exactly red tiger lotus. I think I've actually got that over there. I've trimmed that down, but I've got pothos there, peace lilies. So you've got all the roots. The fish like laying the eggs in the roots, which is really cool. Nice to see aquarium animals and me. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, I like setting up these tanks like this because you have the fish like the plecos. This is my prize fish anyway.
Yeah,
um,
I know you are into plecos.
I'd love a zebra pleco, but I don't. You need hotter water. I'd have to set up a separate tank, but I like setting
Mm.
up natural tanks like this because all the fish live in here. They'll breathe in here. They'll hide in there. They all hide in the plants and stuff like that too behind the wood. And then when it's feeding time, I mean, I'll put a bit of food in now. You just see the difference in the tank itself. Like having something like this in an aquascape is completely different because I think aquascaping, I I I, I think it's an art form. I think it's something
Yeah, it is.
that is like a piece of artwork. Like when you look at it, it's beautiful. Like this is beautiful in its own self. Don't get me wrong, but this is more so like for the fish as well as like for myself. Whereas an aquascape is, if you look around your room, it's like looking at art pieces. Oh my god, I've just been
Yep, they
splashed.
are.
Did you just see that splash then?
No, I didn't see, but
Look at that. So a blueberry tetra. When these are one of the best tetras in the hobby, and not many people know about them. They're
mhm,
so aggressive on feeding. I've just got splashed by the fish because they dart up and just boom.
right.
Whereas these, they're a lot more shy. But there's another rare one too. The Paro autosynclus. Basically, just think of it as a fancy autosynclus.
Right. Yeah,
But yeah,
autosinklers are, I think, similar to what I would call suckerfish, but I think they are better. They look cuter, you know.
yeah. Autosynclus. I think what you're talking about maybe is the Chinese sucker loach. They're like golden. I think AV's got them.
Not aware.
I
I'm
think
not aware of it.
I think AV, if he's still in the chat anyway, or you've probably seen, he used to have this like golden loach that used to suck on the glass and stuff like that. Over
Mhm.
here, that's what a suck loach is. But the we've got, if you were to call sucker loaches its own category, there's so many different types of fish, of course. 100% say they're like a living picture. Yeah, I agree with you, Scouscaper.
I
See
think
what?
Scoutskipper was asking whether I have any things to show off, but the lights are off, so
Oh, that,
but you
that
can
that's
check my
unfortunate.
videos on to see the things that I have. Yeah.
Yeah, check his channel out. He's got some nice scape set up, of course. Scouscaper, he obviously it's in his name. He does aquascaping and stuff like that. But he enters competitions and like sets up competition tanks. So like he's like quite a high level aquascaper.
Mhm.
So I'm quite lucky to have him like next door around the corner kind of thing. So if I ever need help with aquascaping, I could just say, "Hey, give us some help." Or just send him a message. It's quite nice to have. But yeah, what would you say, like, so you were saying that you like creating content that is without yourself speaking. Is that kind of what you want to do with the channel? Is that the goal? Or do you want to be doing lives as well, maybe?
I think I won't be doing any lives. Maybe
Oh, you
just
what?
be part of. Maybe just be part of a live stream, like guest appearance, for example, like today.
Yeah,
But I won't be doing any live stream. So the plans for the channel is just growing more tanks and doing more skips and trying out new skips that I haven't done before, and
yeah,
trying out new what is it, new products which I haven't tried, because at the moment I've been using the same lighting system, which is Chihiro's, but
oh,
I recently bought a new lighting system, so
oh,
I'm using it for the shallow tank. So probably I'll give a review in the coming months.
that'd be cool to see. Okay. Oh, you've hit Air 400, by the way.
Oh, thank you guys.
Great to see that everyone's gave you some help. What were you on before the live?
It was 399.
Okay, so yeah, you've gained one. I don't know if you've gained more. I'm sure more people have subscribed to you in here, but you have now officially reached 400. So
Yeah, follow your channel where your subscriptions. I mean, your subscribers were like keeping jumping. Your road to 700, road to 1,000. Now I'm happy for you, brother. You're going road for 2000.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy with my channel. It's like I say, my goal is I'd like to bring more people into fish keeping because I think it's not as big. Like obviously everyone keeps fish. They have like a fish in a bowl or they have like a goldfish, but like proper like education, like get people into it, whether that's aquascaping, whether that's fish shop tours, whether that's like interviews and like going to people's like fish rooms or aquascapes or like setups. Like I enjoy doing a little bit of everything. Although I know what does well and what doesn't do well. I mean, I'll do like a review, and like the reviews are good, and I enjoy the reviews, and it's good for the company too because it's a video for them and it's promotion. But the reviews they don't seem to get a lot of views. I don't know why. But then an aquascaping setup, boom, a fish shop tour. I mean,
Yes, yes.
the one I've done a couple of days ago was on almost 5,200 views.
5,000, yes. No, the
Uh,
thing is that the difference for this latest shop tour is that the shop owner was involved in it also, which is hats off to him. He was, how to say, very engaging with yourself and introducing all the fishes and whatever he has in the shop. I really like that video. You
I,
should be
I,
doing more of getting the shop owners involved.
See, the difference was is that I think I'd done the shop tour for Johnny, who's in the chat now for Maidenhead Blackpool. I'm gonna be going back there soon. Johnny, he's in the lives all the time, making funny jokes. Um, but I'm gonna revisit that shop, probably have a tour around with Johnny, maybe an interview like slash documentary style video with him. So it's gonna be like a re-shop tour, a fish tank tour of all his tanks at home, and then combining both of them together, there'll be an interview where it'll be like him talking about his hobby, but also like showing the shop tour and stuff like that. So it'll be like two shorter videos and then a long video, and then yeah, it's going to be really good showing off his stuff. But the difference was with Preston is that they know Johnny. Obviously, Maidenhead's they're very close to them. Like
Mhm.
Maidenhead's it's a company, but it's like owned by like one person, multiple different people. So one person own like three shops in like a certain part of the
Right.
UK. So
Mhm.
this one person owns both, so they know each other, and like I think they spoke, and Sam was like, "Oh yeah, come visit," and he was really excited to do the video. And I went over there, and he'd done like a tour around the shop, and he was speaking about the fish. Like I think I enjoy
Yes.
that. I'd like to do that with more shops. I think the
Yes, you should.
difference is that some people just don't like being online. That's fair enough. And I'd like to do more stuff like that and more like interviews and more like in depth like kind of things. But I think it's who wants to get involved, who wants to do these things. Now that the channel's like over 1,000, I think people like go, okay, it's not this weird kid walking around with his phone recording us now. It's actually someone that is genuinely like serious about it.
Right.
So I'd like to hope that maybe that'll help me some more, because I'd like to do more stuff like that in the future. I'd love to like visit people in different countries, like even yourself maybe in the future or whatever. Like there's so many
Yeah,
things
you
I'd love
should.
to because I'd love to see obviously your aquascapes, but like also see the culture fish keeper. The one thing that I regret that I didn't do whilst I was in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, which I think I will go back there again in the future, is that we were very limited on time. It was a holiday, so we only got to do the one video with JT. But then the standard of aquascaping and fish keeping is like super high. So someone's first tank will look like this, and that's when you're like, so that I need to go back there, get some more footage.
Right,
Scoutscape
right.
is asking you a question, by the way. Yeah, hi,
Content.
Craig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there are contests around, I would definitely would love to be part of that. So apparently, I follow Chihiro's Aquatic Studios. So they are going to announce a competition soon, which I'm not sure they will share the details very soon. But I would
Hmm.
love to be part of contests or competitions because I would like to see how good or how bad I am at doing aquascapes, right? So
Yeah.
to see how I perform or I know, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that'd be really cool to see as well. I think maybe even like dabble. I think there's different contests. There's a guy that I watch. You might watch him. He's in Japan. He's called like he's very fluent in English, but he lives in
Okay.
Japan. I think his name's like Ryan Watoro or what? So,
Oh, Rio Watanabe.
yeah, yeah. What's a
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
So currently, I do follow his channel, and I don't know whether he's actually like half Japanese, half Singaporean, because sometimes he visits Singapore and do shop tours over here. Yeah,
Oh wow.
so yeah, I might contact him in the near future. Just asking him whether we can do some collab. Yeah, Rio Watanabe, correct, Ginger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's awesome. If you haven't seen his content, he's definitely someone to check out because like he does a lot of the fish keeping stuff, but then he does contest aquascapes that are very, very good and get high in the rankings.
right,
Um,
right.
so like similar to him, I guess if you just enter competitions, just throw a tank in, see how it does, or maybe like look at the rankings, like look at the top 10 tanks, and then like maybe enter like a specific tank, maybe a video dedicated to like a contest would be really good because I know Scoutscaper he does contest tanks through Instagram. He does a lot of his social media through
Mhm.
Instagram, but seeing a
Right.
video on it maybe from yourself would be really good to see. I know that your videos are like very to the point and stuff, but do you think that you'll ever do anything that's like a longer form, like maybe a voiceover in the future, maybe, or like a bit more in detail?
Very good question. I don't even know. I don't have the answer for that, but maybe I would try, do a video with my voice in it. But I still find that, my voice don't sound pleasant in videos. So we will see.
It's as I said though, it's whatever you're comfortable with. My first couple videos I did speak in, but I never show my face. And then eventually I got to show my face, and it was that awkward stage of if you go back, you'll see I'm looking a bit weird, looking around, and eventually it just becomes natural. Like we're just having a conversation now, and that's how it feels when I look down the camera most of the time. Um, but I think it's good, like having people. Like I had a conversation on the live the other day with the likes of Fish Up Matt, and he was saying about it's good that there's so many people like ourselves, like you, like myself, like a lot of the people in this chat right now. That the fish keeping world it is growing, it is getting bigger, it is like becoming something and a lot more like narrowed down into the not mainstream yet, but like it's getting there to like a decent point where there's a lot more people now making more content. There's a lot more stuff to learn. There's a lot more stuff to research and find out and consume, and obviously a lot of competition too. I don't see
Oh, right.
people as competition. I love helping everyone around and stuff like that. But
Yeah, you're doing a really good work for, the community here.
yeah, it's a very busy community. There's so many lives. There's so many channels. There's so many people in here right now. There's so many people that even you see or speak to and watch, and it's going to a good place for sure. But I think like we'll end on this final one because I know we're reaching the hour mark for yourself, and then I might carry on for another 10, 15, depending if everyone wants to see my mug afterwards. But I think my final question for you, anyway, we've looped over a couple of different things in this live, and we've had some good conversation, and it's been nice to finally meet you and have a conversation. Because we've known it out of
Likewise.
a lot of people. I think I've known you is almost the longest at this point now. But I'll get on to this final one. Um, what is your goal at the moment? Like, if you have a goal in mind, whether it's 1,000 subscribers, whether it's um, getting into competitions, whether it's meeting a certain person or getting a certain fish, like, what is your goal to finish off this live with? What is your goal in fish keeping or YouTube?
Well, obviously, for the channel is to grow to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. But personally, in this hobby is for to challenge myself.
Mm,
to do more scapes, to try whatever scapes there is that I can try, and
yeah,
try certain plants. If you see my nano tank setup, most of them are shrimps. So I will explore more into nano fishes. So I'm
yeah.
looking at like neon tetras or chiliresboras. I'm looking more into all the nano fishes that can fit into the nano tanks over here. And for the bigger goal is that just to challenge myself. How far can I go? And like how Scoutscaper was talking about contest, yeah, probably why not? Why not?
Every nothing's off the cards. I think that not every anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I think anything is possible. I started recording my tank off work. Here I am now with 1,000, and I still feel small anyway. In the whole grand scheme of things, some people will say different, or some people will say other. But I think it's just a beginning for all of us. I think, as you said, the idea of just challenging and growing and always something new. Like I put in my video, the top 5 reasons why it's the best hobby. It's always changing. You're always facing new challenges. You're always going through something different every day. It's one of them that's really
Exactly.
good. And yeah, for sure, I'm excited to see where your channel goes and where you go as a hobbyist as well. And it's nice again, obviously, to meet you. Before you go, I'll
Likewise,
give a little
likewise.
question to everyone in here. If you've got any suggestions for MS here, I don't know where I am on the screen. On my screen, you're here, but I think you might be here.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that way, that way.
that way,
Yes.
that way. Okay, so
So
you're there
I
because on my
over here
screen,
or
yeah.
this way?
Okay, there you go. But yeah, I think some suggestions I'd have for you for nanofish. Uh, AV has done AV has done Scarlet Bodice is like a good little centerpiece. Pea Puffer, but again with them you've got to be feeding them live or frozen food. It's up to you if you want to do that. Sparkling Gourami, Licorice Gourami, Celestial Pale Danio, Emerald Raspberry, which is the same fish as a Celestial Pale Danio, but it's got tiger
Mhm.
stripes.
Right,
And
okay.
I think there's plenty. There's plenty. There's some
Yeah,
killifish as well,
plenty.
small killifish, clown killifish, but you've got to have a lid.
Well, I have to visit the aquarium shop again.
Yeah, do a little visit, have a little roam round, and if you want any more suggestions, anyway, if anyone's got any suggestions for nanofish, leave a comment quickly before he has to go. He's got bedtime and a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
So just
4 a.m. over here, and the fishes are still sleeping. The tanks are, still.
do you have a blue light on overnight?
Yeah, it will just for tonight's live. I just put the blue light on until 5 a.m. Usually, it will the blue light will turn off like around midnight.
Oh, okay. Because blue light usually, if you leave it on too long, it can cause a lot of algae issues,
Yeah, it is
as
right.
you probably know. Yeah, yeah.
And
I've
this
made that
white light
mistake.
is for the shallow tank, so there's no inhabitants inside, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. Yeah, you just want to be growing the plants at the minute anyway. But I don't think anyone's being interactive. I think they're just passively watching. So, yeah, if you're happy where you are now, I'll let you head to bed anyway. I do appreciate
Oh,
you coming
sure.
on. It's great to finally meet you two and have a good conversation. I'm sure we'll do another live in the future too, and I'll have more prepared questions when you've hit 1,000. Hopefully,
Hey, yes, of course. Thank you very much.
no
Likewise, likewise.
worries.
It's been a pleasant time having this live stream with you and those guys in the chat box also.
I appreciate you joining anyway. Everyone, we will continue the live for a little bit if you do want to watch. If you don't, you can go and watch your favorite YouTuber, or check out MS if you are leaving the live anyway. I'll see you later
Okay.
anyway.
Thank
Good
you
night.
guys. Bye.
Right, so it's just me now, everyone. Watch the view count drop as you all realise it's just me speaking to myself. Although you don't mind me speaking waffle, the tank light won't be on for too much longer. But yeah, just a little update anyway. Yeah, views are dropping now. Goodbye, everyone. Nah, so just a little update anyway with the tank, as I was saying earlier. If you are not a part of the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. Whoever are moderating right now, please drop the link to the Discord in the chat right now. The live is continuing. We're not ending as of yet. We'll probably end not too soon. I wouldn't mind doing a little conversation with you all, a little update on things. If you're wanting to sit here and watch me talk some more, you are more than welcome. So yeah, basically I've done a little rescape. I'll probably be providing a tank update sooner rather than later. So yeah, we are currently we got 2 new inhabitants. We got 2 horned nearite snails to try and combat the BBA. That is one of the things that we have done. We've also rescaped the wood, not the whole tank. We've just moved the roots going in. I'll jump on, lad, but not sure if my internet would hack it from the shed. You can give it a try if you want. I'll give you an invite if you're more than welcome, Mick. I want to have a conversation with you. If you give me a moment, actually, you know what? I'll save a live with you for next week. If you wanna hop on a live, you're more than welcome to. But we'll plan it a bit better because this was just like a dedicated live towards MS there. So when it uploads, it's just going to be a live with MS, so people won't be able to get like the full experience of like seeing you. And I can see Harry and Johnny speaking in the group chat roasting me right now because they've done a weird screenshot. I hate yous. But yeah, we've got Pothos, we've got Peace Lily, we've done a bit of a rescape, we've moved the sand back, we've moved some plants around. We're hopefully going to be setting up a tank as well on Wednesday. I am collecting my new nano tank. Stay tuned for that. Keep your eyes and ears open for the new fish tank that is coming out on the channel. It's been a while since I've done a new tank, so that's going to be exciting. We have a fish room tour coming out with DJ A Aquatics. I've done a live with him a couple days ago, not long away from now, and that went really well. It's really cool to see an insight of a breeder's mindset and seeing his fish room too. So that was really interesting to experience and see. So yeah, nice to see 3G in here. But yeah, we've got a fish room tour of a fish breeder coming out. So that's going to be really cool one to see. We've obviously got the interview with Johnny. We've got the retour of Maidenhead Blackpool. We've got a tank update on my tank, a tank update on the Aquascape I done with Harry, the fish keeping Ginge as well. Bar that, we may also, it's in the pipeline, got a collaboration live with Fish Shop Matt. So keep your eyes and ears open. When that happens, I will tell the Discord. When that happens, I will tell the community page. And when that happens, I'll tell Instagram too. So make sure you are watching all my socials because the people watching will find out as soon as it happens. Scoutscaper as well. We've got a collab coming up in the near future. Going to go and visit his place, see his aquascapes, and do a live hopefully soon, maybe next week. And that'll be really cool. And then we've also got maybe a collab as well with his friend Joe, who is also an aquascaper. So that's going to be good. I'm losing my voice. But yeah, we've got a lot of things coming up, a lot of projects coming up, a lot more stuff, exciting stuff. Oh, completely forgot. We've got the review on this coming out this Wednesday. So make sure to keep your eyes and ears open. A review for this fan that is working on the aquarium, keeping it nice and cool for us whilst the heat wave is going on in this very hot room. And with that, everyone that's been in here, the views are dwindling. My voice is dwindling. The light is dwindling. We've had a very good live. I appreciate everyone tuning in. And of course, until next time, make sure to keep your eyes and ears open. Thanks for watching, wherever you are in the world, whether that's America, whether that's the US, whether that's Asia, whether that's the UK. I appreciate, love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, day, wherever you are. See you later. Take care. Take it easy. See you later.